I think people understand what a stablecoin is increasingly. Not everyone's there. But
Hey there, future millionaires! Welcome back to the channel. It's so good to see you again. I really hope you're having an amazing day, no matter where you are in this incredible world of ours. Today, we need to talk about XRP, and I've got to be honest with you about something that's been on my mind. I've been watching crypto Twitter lately, and wow, I've never seen so many people ready to just throw in the towel on crypto. Even during the brutal bear markets we've been through, there was always this spark of optimism, you know? People were still having fun, still posting those bullish memes and keeping the energy up. But right now, the sentiment is at rock bottom, and we're sitting near all-time highs. That's honestly pretty concerning to me. We might be looking at one final blow-off top by the first quarter of 2026, but here's what's really getting to me. So many people are just ready to walk away. I'm telling you, I've been in this space for a while, and I've never seen anything quite like this. Every single day, I'm seeing posts from people who are completely fed up and ready to give up on crypto entirely. And I get it, I really do. This cycle feels totally different from what we've experienced before. It's like we're constantly on the edge of something big happening. And then bam, the market takes a dive, and everyone starts screaming about manipulation again. But here's the thing I want you to remember. This breakthrough is going to happen. Whether you stick around for it or not, XRP and the broader crypto market are going to break out eventually. And trust me, anyone who sells right now is going to be kicking themselves when that moment finally arrives. So here's something really cool that happened. Joel Katz, who's the CTO over at Ripple, actually took the time to jump into a really great conversation and answer some questions. And get this whole thing comes from the Wolf of all streets. Or, if you want an even more energetic version, okay, you guys are going to love this. Joel Katz, Ripple's chief technology officer, was awesome enough to sit down and have this incredible back-and-forth discussion. He actually answered some really important questions, and all of this is coming straight from the Wolf of all streets, exclamation. So check out what David had to say about this, and honestly, it's pretty eye-opening. He said something that really got me thinking. Most cryptocurrencies get their value from people expecting future speculation. Think about it this way. If you care about future prices, what people think will happen matters way more than what's already happened. Take Bitcoin, for example. Most people investing right now are basically saying, hey, imagine if most companies started putting just 1% of their treasury into Bitcoin. Can you imagine what that would do to the price? But here's the crazy part. That's literally saying that in the future, even more people will speculate on future price increases than are speculating right now. It's not even based on how useful Bitcoin will actually be. It's all about expecting more speculation down the road. And look, I really want to believe that utility matters. I really do. Because that's what's going to change everything. Once these cryptocurrencies actually start getting used for what they were designed for, that's when everything shifts. It won't be about speculation anymore. It'll be about, how much is this token actually being used right now? Are more people going to start using it soon? The thing is, Bitcoin basically runs on this belief system that more and more people will keep investing in it. But here's the problem we're seeing in this cycle. The oldest Bitcoin holders, the OGs, they're actually selling off their Bitcoin right now. They're cashing out and hoping someone else will buy what they're selling. And this has been happening throughout this entire cycle. I think it's because these original Bitcoin holders, they don't care about the ETFs. They couldn't care less about BlackRock getting involved. In fact, they probably wish BlackRock had never touched Bitcoin in the first place. It's the same reason I don't really care whether BlackRock gets involved with XRP or not. We already know what XRP was built to do, right? XRP's real value is going to come from its actual utility in the end, not from speculation. Institutional money is well prepared to enter the crypto space. Take a listen to this.
everyone's worried now about, missing the moment. Because these days, I think people understand what a stablecoin is increasingly. Not everyone's there. But the whole concept of moving assets on crypto rails and making it available to a global audience, that's kind of a very easy narrative to understand. And once you understand that for a stablecoin, you can then very easily draw the parallel to broader US capital market products. So if you look at the growth of a stablecoin and even the growth of tokenized treasuries to date, it's quite easy to see how other asset classes can experience a similar hockey stick. That for TradFi is a move that they cannot miss. And they've always been comfortable putting the brakes on as long as they could be a fast follower. But the moment to fast follow is now. So there's only so many also crypto native companies that these TradFis can work with, right? A lot of them do not have the capabilities in-house to truly start moving on chain. There's not that many credible crypto native companies that can help them make that move. And so there is a little bit of, I wouldn't call it partnership FOMO going on, but these TradFis are smart enough to know that the time to move is now. They cannot miss the move, and crypto native companies only have so much bandwidth to support them. So if they want to start making the move, they need to act now.
So the time to act is now, and these institutions for a fact know it.
All right, so here's what we know for sure. Institutional money is definitely coming. And here's the key thing he pointed out. These institutions need to feel completely comfortable with whatever company they choose to work with. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. The XRP Ledger was literally built from the ground up for institutional adoption. That's exactly why I believe we're going to see tons of these big institutions jumping on board with the XRP Ledger. And guess what? We're already seeing this happen. There are so many companies right now that are genuinely interested and actively building on the XRP Ledger as we speak. It's pretty exciting stuff. So get this, Forbes just dropped some incredible news. They're talking about Ripple's massive $180 billion reinvention. And guys, this is literally reshaping global finance as we know it. We're talking about everything from cross-border liquidity to building out institutional infrastructure. But here's the really exciting part. They're actually building the next generation of real-world payment rails. This isn't just theory anymore. This is the future of how money moves around the world. Or, if you want a slightly shorter version, okay, this is huge. Forbes is reporting on Ripple's incredible $180 billion reinvention, and it's completely reshaping global finance. From cross-border liquidity to institutional infrastructure, they're literally building the next generation of real-world payment rails. This is the future happening right now. Okay, here's what's absolutely mind-blowing about this. This is coming from Forbes. You know, the same Forbes that back in March 2024 literally called XRP a zombie blockchain. Talk about a complete 180. But here's the thing. Ripple has been absolutely crushing it lately. In private markets, their company shares are now trading between $135 and $170. That's roughly 2 to 3 times higher than where they started the year. We're talking about a valuation between $22 billion and $30 billion. And get this, that puts them almost neck and neck with Circle, the stablecoin company that Ripple actually wanted to compete with and even tried to acquire before Circle went public in June. Circle's sitting at around $34 billion right now, and their stock? It's up a whopping 352% since their June IPO. Now, Ripple's token XRP, which doesn't give you ownership in the company by the way, is up an incredible 366% year over year, with a market cap sitting near $150 billion. You know what? Everyone always talks about market cap when it comes to XRP, but here's the truth. Market cap doesn't really matter in crypto. And Forbes is finally waking up to the fact that Ripple is a serious player in this game. Ripple is absolutely massive, and they're building a real alternative to SWIFT. Think about it. When a bank wants to send money to another bank overseas, do they really want to wait 2 or 3 days? Do they want to pay those crazy high fees? Of course not. So what do they do instead? They go with the alternative where a transaction happens in literally seconds for less than a penny. That's exactly why Ripple is going to eventually replace SWIFT. It's just a matter of time. But here's where it gets even better. It goes way beyond just payments. Ripple has become this incredible one-stop shop. They've got custody services, they have their own stablecoin. Cross-border payments is just one piece of the puzzle. And tokenization? That's going to be absolutely massive. The best part? All of this can be done right on the XRP Ledger. It's all connected, and it's all happening right now. And just wait until Ripple becomes a bank. XRP burn rate skyrockets 200%. So everyone's been talking about the burn rate on the XRP Ledger lately, right? But here's the big question that's got everyone scratching their heads. If tokens are burning, why isn't the price moving up? You know what? I've never really counted on the burn rate alone to push XRP's price higher. That's not where I'm placing my bets. Here's what I'm really banking on. I want to see these treasury companies keep doing what they're doing, and then watch more and more companies follow their lead. It's all about that network effect, you know? When one company does it successfully, others want in on the action too. Picture this. We're going to have all these liquidity pools filled with XRP, right? And that XRP is getting locked away for long periods of time. But here's the kicker. At the exact same time, XRP is still disappearing from the exchanges where people normally buy and sell. That's the magic combination right there. That's where I think we'll see XRP hit those astronomical prices everyone's talking about. It all comes down to two simple things: scarcity and demand. When you've got less available supply because it's locked up in these pools and more demand because companies actually need it for their operations, that's when things get really interesting. So Monica Long just dropped this amazing update, and you guys need to hear this. She's talking about real adoption and real impact happening right now. Get this, from aid organizations all the way to major enterprise partners and customers, they're actually using Ripple payments and RLUSD to power real-time global payments. We're not talking about theory here. This is happening live. And here's what really got me excited. She said this is literally the future of aid delivery. Think about how game-changing that is for getting help to people who need it most. But wait, there's more. She mentioned that Chef Jose Andres is going to be sharing even more details about this at Ripple's Swell next week. I don't know about you, but I can't wait to hear what he has to say. Or, if you want a slightly shorter version, Monica Long just shared something incredible. She's talking about real adoption happening right now. Aid organizations and enterprise partners are actually using Ripple payments and RLUSD for real-time global payments. This is the future of aid delivery, guys. And get this, Chef Jose Andres is going to share more details at Ripple Swell next week. This is going to be amazing. So here's what's really cool. Right before Ripple Swell kicks off, they're actually showing us how blockchain payments are making a real difference in the world. Or, for an even more energetic version, okay, so this is exciting. Leading up to Ripple Swell, we're getting to see firsthand how blockchain payments are driving real-world impact. This isn't just talk anymore. This is the real deal. And check this out. Global nonprofits are actually turning to Ripple payments and Ripple's RLUSD to move money way faster and create real-world impact. Or, for an even more dynamic version, look at this. Global nonprofits are now using Ripple payments and RLUSD to get money where it needs to go lightning fast. We're talking about real-world impact happening right now. So here's where it gets really powerful. The money is going to organizations like Give Directly and Mercy Corps. These are nonprofits that are actually using Ripple's platform to move money all around the world. And you know what? I absolutely love this concept. Picture this scenario. There's an emergency somewhere in the world, maybe a natural disaster or a crisis, and people desperately need help fast. They're counting on getting that financial aid as quickly as possible. This is exactly where blockchain technology absolutely shines. This is where Ripple and Stellar are going to be game changers in the future. Why? Because they can deliver that money, that life-saving value, in literally seconds, and it costs almost nothing to do it. I've always seen this as completely revolutionary. When people's lives are on the line, every second counts, and traditional banking just can't compete with that kind of speed and efficiency.
Advanced AI is reviving fears of demon possession. So since it's Halloween, I thought this would be the perfect time to talk about something that's honestly a little spooky. Religious thinkers and tech experts are having some pretty intense debates about AI and spiritual risks as this technology becomes everywhere around us. Or, for a slightly different approach, well, it's Halloween, so why not dive into something that might give you chills? Right now, religious leaders and technologists are going back and forth about the spiritual risks of AI, especially as this technology is literally taking over everything. So get this, author Billy Hallowell actually warned that AI chatbots could end up being used by demonic forces. Pretty intense, right? But here's the interesting twist. Tons of churches are actually going the complete opposite direction. They're embracing AI for everything from writing sermons to running services and reaching out to their communities. And you know what scholars are saying about all this? They're pointing out that every new technology has always sparked both excitement and fear. AI is really no different from any other major breakthrough we've seen throughout history. Or, for a slightly different approach, okay, so author Billy Hallowell dropped this warning that AI chatbots could become tools of the demonic realm. Talk about a Halloween-worthy statement. But here's what's really fascinating. Many churches are actually welcoming AI with open arms. They're using it for sermons, services, outreach, you name it. Scholars have a pretty interesting take on this whole debate, though. They say technology has always inspired both faith and fear throughout history, and AI is just the latest example of that pattern. You know what's funny? Whenever anyone brings up AI, people immediately think of the Terminator movies, right? Or they start imagining some apocalyptic future where AI completely takes over humanity, like a total extinction event. But here's what I've always said. AI is going to automate pretty much everything in your life, and guess what? It's already happening. We're still in the early stages, but it's definitely happening. AI is expanding super fast, but honestly, it's not at the level where I'd consider it a real threat just yet. However, AI is definitely going to eliminate a lot of jobs, and that's probably going to lead us straight to universal basic income. This is exactly why I keep telling you guys, you need to stay invested in crypto. You're literally holding the robot money of the future. So here's where things get interesting. As artificial intelligence becomes more and more sophisticated, could your favorite chatbot actually become a portal to hell? I know, that sounds pretty wild, but that's actually the premise that Christian journalist and influencer Billy Hallowell is putting out there. He's claiming that AI could lead to demonic influence. Honestly, I don't really know about that one. I'm pretty much on the fence with this whole article. I've read through it several times now, and I've got to say, it seems a bit far-fetched to me. And here's the thing about AI right now. It still needs a ton of human interaction to work properly. Now, who knows where this technology is headed in the future, but I'm really curious to hear what you think. Definitely drop your thoughts in the comments below. I love hearing from you guys. And since it's Halloween, I always make sure to watch one of my all-time favorite horror movies, They Live. If you haven't seen it yet, you absolutely need to check it out. This movie will blow your mind with how relevant it is to what's happening right now. Get this, it's a futuristic film that was made way back in 1988, but it literally mirrors everything we're seeing today. We're talking central bank digital currencies, digital IDs, the rise of AI. It's all there. If you're into horror movies, this one's a must-watch. But here's what I always come back to. We're crypto investors, we're XRP investors, and we're literally invested in two massive industrial revolutions happening at the exact same time. Think about that for a second. Blockchain represents the fourth industrial revolution, and AI? That's the fifth industrial revolution. Never before in human history have two industrial revolutions collided like this. It's absolutely unprecedented. And that's exactly why you're going to achieve financial freedom through crypto if you just keep holding long enough. The key is patience and staying positive until it all comes together. So with that said, I'm going to wrap up today's video. I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. You guys are amazing, and I truly appreciate all the support. I'll catch you in the next one, and have an awesome night.